Recently, I was craving that zen feeling you get while drawing. So I decided to challenge myself to draw something every week for 8 weeks straight. I had to post this to YouTube as proof of drawing for that week. At the end of this challenge, I decided I would make a longer video discussing my journey as a creative and my experience with illustration, all while doing this final drawing. So I'm turning my final drawing of this little witch lady into one piece. And yeah, this is that video. So we're going to cut into voiceover me while I'm drawing this piece. So yeah, bye. Throughout my entire life, I have remained pretty consistent with drawing or being creative. I won various art awards in high school and graduated high school being top of my class in multimedia with my animation major project. That kind of just paved my way into uni, as I didn't really know how else to get a job in the industry, and all I knew was that I wanted to be a concept artist and then perhaps have my own little art shop on the side for illustration. When I got to uni, that changed to being a stop motion animator, as I felt I was leagues behind my peers in illustration. They all had well-defined art styles and seemed to get undying praise from everyone around and the professors, and meanwhile, I could not do anything that was good enough. So, in animation, I excelled. I even won an award for my efforts, but by then the seed of doubt was already planted, and I thought I only won this award because I was the only one to show up to the showcase. Then lockdown happened and I no longer had access to the uni equipment. As a result, my major project began to deteriorate in quality. I forgot about how I used to make things late at night in my bedroom with my free app and whatever jumbled supplies I had. I got used to needing the best of the best, and I felt I couldn't create without it. I then graduated with mediocre grades but stayed determined. My uni offers an expo day for businesses that require creatives, and a lot of graduates usually find their way into the industry there. However, due to lockdown, it was cancelled. Now, with that option off the table, I started to put together a portfolio and applying for jobs as a graphic designer. However, there was a lack of jobs for new creatives, and most entry-level positions were asking for 2 or 3 years experience, which sucked. But I stuck to it. While scrolling Instagram, one day I saw a post from a local pub looking for a graphic designer. I messaged, and a couple weeks later I got the job. It was only a couple hours a week, so I still needed to remain at my supermarket job, but it was something. With the new work to add to my portfolio, I finally heard back from one of the full-time jobs I applied for. It was a local family-run business, and it was a trainee position in graphic design. Paid less than what I was making at the supermarket, but it meant I could get a foot in the door and I could learn how to operate in the industry while advancing my creative skills further. I was so excited. To tell a long story as short as possible, my team at this company consisted of another trainee who was doing copywriting for websites and socials, and then the IT guy, who couldn't give me direction for design as he was not trained in it. My direct superior was the CEO, who was always busy and never happy with anything I did, but also didn't have enough time to direct me. The rest of the office was mostly trainees. They had a second office of fully trained employees, but none were anything to do with graphic design. The reason I had been hired was because they were extending their business into web design and branding for clients. But fresh from uni, I did not have much experience with client work. There was a designer that they hired before me that lives in India, so I couldn't talk to him for help as I wouldn't get a reply until the following day. The CEO told me a handful of times how much cheaper it is for him to hire the remote worker over me. This was said in a way to make me realize how lucky I was to have the job. After 2 or 3 weeks, I can't quite remember, as this time of my life was a bit of a blur, I was let go. He told me that I obviously just didn't know what graphic design was and what a job consisted of. I thanked him for the experience, and he refused to shake my hand. I packed my things and left. I had no job for a month. I started dog walking during that month, just to have a little bit of extra money coming in on top of the Newcastle hotel pay. I am so glad I did not let go of my Newcastle hotel job to make room for my new opportunity. But I'm also glad for that new opportunity to show me the kind of graphic design I want to do, as I was doing this design for this pub and it was exactly everything I expected it to be. So these words from the CEO may have been harsh, but they didn't affect me because I knew there was something out there for me as a designer. After a month of struggling, I got a job in retail and have continued my work with the pub, but I was still scared to apply for any more design jobs. Then I started YouTube to practice talking to people. I have picked up a couple of freelance projects through Studio Pantaflayo and have only recently got the confidence back to apply for design jobs again. I am so grateful for my partner who saw me through these difficult times and has not stopped encouraging me this whole time I've been doing YouTube and Studio Pantaflayo to keep following my dream and telling me that I am good, even if I don't believe that I am good. Yeah, I am just so goddamn lucky to have him and the support of all my friends online and all of you guys for following and enjoying my content. So thank you guys so much, and thanking the universe for giving me my partner. In my almost 25 years on this earth, it took a silly little drawing challenge for me to realize it's not that serious. Nothing has to be perfect, and if you keep that in mind, things will become fun again. Who would have thought? Not only have I learned to relax a little, but in the broader sense, I have learned consistency, not only from this challenge, but also from uploading on YouTube, and from my undying attempt at making an art career for myself. No, I am not where I thought I would be at this age. No, I am not able to sustain myself with my creative endeavors. And no, I am not yet successful. But I know where I am now is where I'm supposed to be, and what I am achieving on my own is amazing. I am getting better, it just takes time. Take this YouTube channel, for example. I started with the purpose of practicing talking and getting more comfortable with myself. My first video is so heavily scripted, you can literally hear when I have a ... to pause to speak. Now, this video, it is scripted, and I'm sure you can hear it in my voice, but I am speaking more off script and more comfortably and not putting on a theatrical performance with my monotone voice. I am owning the monotone. It is all me. My voice was once that of a cool, laid-back surfer chick. And then as I got older, I got more awkward, I got more shy around people and scared of talking in front of people, that I began to hate how boring my voice sounded. But now, since practicing talking almost every week to a camera and posting it on YouTube, where I know not many people watch, but I feel like I'm talking to the universe, it has given me amazing practice, and I know my voice is still monotone, but I seem to be able to talk to people more casually, especially my workmates who I don't have a lot of common interests with, but I can hold a conversation, and when my voice doesn't quite make sense or my conversation questions don't quite match up, I can play it off with a fun little joke and people love it. I seem to have more of a personality in groups and more openness to people, and people seem to approach me a lot more than they used to prior to starting my YouTube channel. So I am very proud of this, and I never thought I would feel comfortable doing this stuff. I also never thought I would get over 100 subscribers. That is insane. But yeah, I am just going to keep practicing talking and hope you guys enjoy listening and maybe get something from it. But if you're like me and are terribly awkward and suffer from monotone voice syndrome, I would highly recommend posting online and just talking to the camera. It has helped me more than I can even express. And yeah, it's just been such a great experience, and I'm going to keep it up in hopes that I just get better and better and better. So what's next for me on my creative journey? I'm going to continue drawing weekly. I've set myself the task of posting at least one finished drawing per month on my Instagram. So if you wanted to see those, definitely give me a follow. It's Studio Pantaflyer on Instagram. I also post my behind the scenes and like finished design projects and things like that on there. So it's just a fun little extra taster of me a week. But I think I want to keep illustration as a hobby. I want to nurture it and just make it a soft, like fun little thing for me to do on the side, not turning it into a job or relying on it for content creation, as I think if I start doing this, it's going to start feeling not so fun anymore and we're just going to repeat the same cycle. So yeah, I'm committed to illustration and I want it to elevate my design and I will use it in design when I need to. But I think it is best for me mentally to just keep it as a fun hobby. And we don't need to make everything that we do as creatives monetizable. For now on my channel, I'm going to finish up my shop video series. I will be posting at the end of this month my shop launch vlog, which is very exciting. So definitely subscribe for that. So from now on, the focus is going to be on my shop and whatever other design projects I'm doing at the moment. So definitely stick around. I am enjoying the fun vibes over here of let's just figure it out together because I have no clue what I'm doing and I hope you do too. So yeah, if you have watched this far, let me know in the comments where you're at with your creative journey. I love hearing other people's comments on all of those artist support artists kind of posts. So make this video that kind of thing. I would love to be inspired by everyone else's journey and see it in the comments. So definitely leave it below and I'll read every single one. But thank you so much for following along my journey and inspiring me to keep pushing on. It means the world to me and YouTube has changed me more than I thought it would. And yeah, I have learnt so much the past year. So thank you so very much. And I hope you guys feel welcomed and at ease with your creative journey from my videos. It's everything I wish I had over a year ago when I was feeling lost and alone and not on this journey at all, really. And yeah, this YouTube video and the support I get from everyone has really helped with not feeling so alone as a creative. So I hope it does the same for you. And yeah, bye.